Every company is looking to solve specific problems when it comes to AI, and I think there will be a lot of new use cases that will unfold. Hi, I'm Mandeep Singh, Global Head of Technology Research for Bloomberg Intelligence, and my area of expertise is AI, cybersecurity, and semiconductors. Right now, we are in, I would say, a CapEx super cycle. And the reason why I frame it that way is what we have seen this year is the four big hyperscalers basically raised their CapEx estimates by about 40% from where they were at the beginning of the year. And everyone seems to believe here that with AI and large language models, you will continue to scale the models, you will get better reasoning capabilities in the next version of the models. And the way to do that is to apply more compute. And the hyperscalers are obviously leading that. And then they are deploying it at scale within their own suite of applications. And we have seen that across the board from the companies that are training these foundational large language models. Everyone has their own nuanced approach when it comes to how they are approaching the field of large language models. Microsoft obviously had its early partnership with OpenAI. Meta has in fact open sourced their large language model for the ecosystem to use it for free. And then Google is deploying it at scale within their search business and their family of apps. So Anthropic is the other foundational model provider, which is partnered with Amazon and Google. But I would say at this point, the race is narrowing to 4 or 5 main foundational model players because, if you're talking about 50 billion plus CapEx being spent in setting up data centers, training these large language models, that's a very expensive endeavor for, any startup to pursue. And that's why we are finding more and more companies are focused around use cases and applications as opposed to training their foundational models from scratch. Right now, we are in that phase where training is getting most of the limelight because we feel the models can reason better and better with the newer version. Eventually, companies will focus more on inferencing, which essentially means integrating these large language models with all kinds of software that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. And look, the hyperscalers are already doing both. So because they are so fixated on what AI can bring to their businesses, they are actually spending on both. What we really tried to bring it is in terms of one, collecting data from these different regions, making those connections when it comes to the supply chain dependencies, and incorporating that in our work in a way where somebody reading our research can see how we have connected the dots, how we came up with the assumptions, and those are very clear in our market sizing model.